According to the federal Let's Move initiative, more than 23 million Americans, including 6.5 million children, live in low-income urban neighborhoods that are more than a mile from a supermarket. These communities, where access to affordable, quality, and nutritious food is limited, are known as food deserts. This is anything but a desert. But there's good news. Aaron Barnett, Director of Local Harvest, which tracks community-supported agriculture, tells us the whole idea of supporting the local economy and buying local is very much a part of the national conversation. There's a very broad interest among consumers about eating fresh, local food. Community gardening is becoming more and more popular around the country, including with churches of all denominations, with unused land, and with volunteers. So similar to what we do with Hope, South Florida, the Fruitful Field aims to be bigger than distributing food grown on this property alone. We also seek to expand the growing network through encouraging and teaching best ways to garden at a larger than backyard scale. Ways we're doing this include hosting groups like Zion Lutheran Middle School that Brian had already mentioned, visits by garden associations, workshops and celebrations involving the larger community, consulting with international organizations that work with churches in other countries, partnering with the Compassion Cafe and local pantries like I had mentioned earlier. And a key in this coming year is developing a model garden plan that can easily be put in place by other churches and nonprofits. And we've begun having some of those conversations already in the past year. And then finally, I just wanted to mention, in addition to the food aspect, the beauty of the garden, and the opportunity to help restore 6 acres of God's creation, I have to say that my favorite aspect of the Fruitful Field community garden is the community part. I've described South Florida as a place where millions of people live kind of shoulder to shoulder with each other, yet have nothing in common except the fact that we're all from somewhere else. It's really hard to build community here. That's why, even though I have my own backyard, I love to come up here from Hollywood on a regular basis and work side by side with a lot of you. You're fun to be around. I can also think of few places where there's such a diversity of people who gather together for a common goal. There are people of all ethnicities, backgrounds, and creeds, and those with no creed at all committed to bringing a little heaven to earth, right here. This garden is truly, I believe, what the Irish call a thin place. Mother Teresa once said, "In the West, there's a loneliness which I call the leprosy of the West. In many ways, it's worse than our poor in Calcutta. At the Fruitful Field, we gather because someone is hungry, including hungry for community."